So, welcome back to the project. So today we're going to start with the fuel system. So I got the original fuel pump setup from the V12. It's hanging on the car like this. It's on the passenger side in the back, original on an S600. I bought in a W201. It's normally on the driver's side, and the muffler is on the other side. I turned that way around, so my fuel pump setup is also going to hang on the passenger side. Just like I showed you in the last video, it's underneath the seat, underneath the rear seat. There where normally the muffler is going to be. There my fuel pump setup. So it's going to be routed through the car, just like the brake line. It's going to the back. There's also going to be the fuel line. 8mm fuel line I'm going to use. It's cunifer. It's a more resistant material than copper or just steel. So the prices are not that much apart. I thought, I don't know for sure what I paid for it, but it was not that much. I thought it was this 5-meter line, I thought it was 12 euros or something. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to use hardline connections. So this hardline is going to run through the car up till the bulkhead underneath the hood and back outside of the underneath the rear bench to go to outside, going from a hardline to a softline connection. So I'm going to use these. This is an AN6 connection, or also that's aerospace and navy connection. They call their air and navy connections. It's like YIG6, so it's a 6mm connection. So this is going to a hardline. It's just like normal connections to copper or anything else. So you got two pieces, just the wattle, and just one piece going over the line, and then you just turn or tighten the connection. Very easy connections. So from there I'm going then to a soft line connection, because the fuel pump is hanging in rubbers, and just to make sure there's nothing completely tight. So there will be a connection like this from hardline to AN6, from AN6 to a soft line connection. So this is also pretty easy connection. This piece you will shift over the hose, going over the hose, and then you screw this one in. There's a little bit of thread in it. Completely turn it in till it's flat like this, and your connection is ready. So very nice system. So I'm going to use a Walbro fuel pump, as I thought it was a 392 and something else. I don't know where I have the old box. Walbro fuel pump. Is it on there? I don't know it out of my head. It is on here, yeah. CSL 392. So this fuel pump, I thought I calculated it can do. It's good enough for about normal aspirated horsepower from 570 horsepower or something. If you want to know how you can calculate your fuel setup for your car, I will put a link below the video or in here in the video somewhere. In the past I made some videos how you can calculate that, so I will put a link in there how you can calculate your injector size of a fuel pump setup. So how you can calculate that. So in the past this car uses two fuel pumps. I thought 6 cylinders in a W124 and in S-Class. All uses, I thought, I'm not sure, but V8s and V12s are using a dual fuel pump setup. There are two bus pumps, and a 4-cylinder has one pump, and a 6-cylinder I don't know for sure if there are two or one, but it makes no difference. But I'm going to use this setup. So the thing what I need to be modifying is this point has a 35-degree angle. I'm going to make that flat, just like this side. Then I screw it to the bottom, so I got a more nice hanging point. Originally it's pretty nice, it's in rubbers, so I think it's pretty easy to use. So what I'm going to do is I got one fuel pump, and I think it's the same size. I will put a rubber around it, so it's nice and vibration free. I'm going to use the same connections because the connections are the same. I got some connections that I can use that are in here, and I'm going back from hard lines back to the tank. And then our hard line is going from AN6 with this soft line back to the tank. So that is what I'm going to do. I got all sorts of connections that I need to use, also for connection underneath the hood. So I will show you that right now. So under the hood I got the connections from the fuel rail. So this is into the fuel rail. I connected the other side. You can normally mount a gauge on it to measure the fuel pressure underneath the hood. So this one is normally here, so I changed them over, so I got the fuel lines both on this side of the engine. So this is return. So these lines I wanted to route them somewhere here. So normally the back plate is in here. So I think the lines will go underneath here and then through the side wall and then down. And then route it the same way through here. Return and return fuel and fuel into the fuel rail from the pump. Will be mounted from here on top of the engine. So how long I'm going to make the lines flexible, I don't know for sure yet. And maybe I'm changing something with the route, but what I'm now thinking, the best is just to route them just over the engine or something here underneath the session number. I'm not sure yet. So something will be like that. Then the line is going through the car. In the last video you could see where I got my brake lines. My brake line is now here. I hope you can see it. This line going. I cannot really see it. I will show you that when I'm going to install it. First, let you see underneath the car where my fuel pump is going to be hanging. So underneath the car, fuel pump is going to be hanging over here. The setup, and then the lines will come out the side or somewhere here into the fuel pump, and then out of the fuel pump will be need to be routed to the other side, because there is I hope you can see that. The open connection, that's the outlet of the tank. So there's a filter underneath. I also have to put a new one in. And the other connection is here. This is the bleed. And this is the return from the fuel rail back to the tank. So that's it. So that part will also be flexible from over the subframe back to the pump. Into the car is going to be a hard line. So that will be it. So I'm going to start with building the fuel pump setup hanging over there, then start with the line. So have a look. So at the moment I got my fuel pump setup modified. So as you can see, I've got the double pump setup removed, placed it back with one setup. So this is the way it was original, but then with one pump setup. So I leave my fuel pump set up like this. The filter is now, I will change it the way around, because I got now this is the inlet line that will go on top here. I already made it in there over the subframe, that will be mounted to the top of the chassis. It's now just laying over the subframe, but I first have to get my fuel tank out of it before I will drill a hole and drill the hole through my fuel tank. So I don't want that. So it will be connected. It's now over the subframe. So as you can see here right now, the line is coming down. It's going with its binary connection into the fuel pump. It will be out of the fuel pump here, and then it should go into the fuel filter. Normally it will go in here. In the fuel filter, this is the inlet of the fuel filter out, and I have to go route it back into the car. But I'm going to change the fuel filter. So this line will go underneath here, because I still have the original clamp where the hose can be put in. This one will be like this, filter will be changed. Line will go out here, underneath here, in the fuel filter, and then it will go out on this side. So then I will route this line into the car. That's the way I'm going to do that, I think, because otherwise the line is coming out of here, and then I have to route it somewhere back in here, and will be hanging over here. So I think the best way is just to route it on top and then go inside. So the return line is also going to be coming out of here or the other way, I don't know for sure yet. And it has to be routed in the other connection. That's just a hose clamp connection. So that's how far I'm right now, and I will show you how to make the AN connection to the hose. That is, it was a little bit harder to get these connections in, because you first have to push the line into this first connection and screw the top one in. I will show you how that works. So let's have a look. So how to make an AN connection to the hose. So as you can see, the hose is taped off when I cut it, otherwise the top layer is coming loose. So this top layer is some kind of nylon, I don't know for sure what it is. It's a fabric. Underneath there is a steel wire coating, protection coating, and underneath there is just rubber. So here we have the AN6 connection. So this is a pretty easy connection. There's very small thread in it. This is going inside the hose, and this is the other side that will, when the tape is off, this one will be connected in here. So this thread, there's some kind of thread in it. It's counterclockwise. So if you turn this counterclockwise and you just press it, it will can be screwed on. So there's, in the back you cannot see that, but if you got these connections you can see, you screw it until the top of this hose is completely flat till the inside of where the thread is started, so you cannot move it any further. So let's do that first. So I got the tape off. So you can see it's a little bit loose already, the top nylon coating. So then we got this connection. You try to put as much as possible of the layer inside. And then we turn it. Oh, this one is clockwise, sorry. It's clockwise. I always do it like this. Put the spanner on it, put it against the bench, put a little bit of tension on it, so the hose is just a little bit helped go inside, and then turn it. Almost there. So that's it. And you got it like this. And then you can put this piece in. I will always do a little bit WD-40 on a thread, because it's aluminium. They can damage each other pretty fast if you get to the same material, same as stainless steel on stainless steel. Use a little bit of lubricant on the thread. Cannot damage anything, and it can only help a little bit. Then I put this one in the bench. I had some kind of piece of lead somewhere here. Normally you can get special tools you can put in here, and they are completely, it's in the best shape there is, so you cannot get any damage. So I always use a little piece of lead around it, so it will minimize the damage. It's not perfect, but it works. Okay, look at this piece. You take attention that the hose is not coming out again. I never had that happen, but so the first piece you can just screw it down. So this is wrench 19 millimeters, and then you just turn it in till it's completely flat to the bottom. nice when it's not connected completely. That's it. As you can see, completely in. That's it. That's how you do it. So now I'm going to make it on length. This is the one that's going to my this one is going, this return line from the manifold. So I will install that and then show you the results of all the hoses. So I'm done with the installation. Only some clips and I'm really done. So at first you can see here the fuel pump. I already showed you that, but now the lines are all on. Put the lines like this. So as you can see, inlet of the fuel pump is going over the tank. That's the same routing as original. Outlet of the fuel pump, normally the inlet of the fuel filter is on this side. I changed it the way around, otherwise to get this connection over there, all the lines are going FBS. I thought this was easier. So the outlet of the fuel pump is now here, going over the top. I will put a connection in here, don't have them yet, I will get them tomorrow to get the hose secured. Inlet of the fuel filter and into the car. Small clip, I already had these small clips, so I installed them. So also on this side I now have the return line coming out here. This one is going over the underneath the rear seat. I will show you that in a minute. So this one is going just over a small piece. This is also the original routing I thought, somewhere here. Normally the lines are going routed in here. And now going up here. So over the subframe and then into the tank. So the connection that is on the right of it, that's the bleed connection of the tank. So that will go into the tank and also into the where the fuel cap is. So let's show you in the car. So in the car. So here you can see the return line. That's going in there. So going over here, over the bulkhead. It's not hitting the seat. It will be secured. Normally the end of the seat is over here, and then there's just springs in here. But there's already a seating position in the middle. It will never hit it. So then up to this side, turn the lights over to that side. So here we got a vacuum pump. Here's the other brake line I showed you in the video before. Brake line is going out. This is the from the fuel pump up to the fuel rail. So that's going. I have to secure all the wiring again, but it's going underneath here. Also with the return line, two lines, and they run up to the front. So I'll show you from the other door. So you can see here the two lines. They also will be connected to the floor, but I will put them underneath the wiring so I can secure them pretty good. So they are routed up here, and then they go up where also is the light line going. So under the hood, it's a little bit dirty in here from drilling some holes, but I think you can see it pretty good. So this is the brake line that's going to the back. Then we got the this is the pressure line from the fuel pump, and this is the return line. So they are going up in there. So I will put some heat wrap around them. I don't think it's really necessary, but just to make sure. So on top you can see both lines. This is the pressure line from the fuel pump, and the return line is connected to the fuel pressure regulator. So the engine will not move a lot, but you better have a little bit more slack in the line than is needed. So the only thing I needed to modify on the original engine cover is I made a little, I have to cut a little bit out of here, if you can see that. It's just a little piece, just to make it fit. So it's almost nothing, so that's pretty good, I think. So that's it. So the only thing I'm now going to do is use the small clips to get the complete line secured. So those clips are pretty nice. Look if I can show you one. Look, it's like a plastic line or a plastic cap. Also going to do the fuel lines with it. They are a little bit bigger. They are for 8mm, and the other ones are for 4 or 5. So look, this they call them P clips. So pretty inexpensive. I thought I paid about 10 euros for a bag of 100 pieces. So I don't think it's really expensive. So hope you liked the video. Nice update on the fuel system. So the next thing what I'm going to do now is have a look if I've got something to install in the car or around it, test fit everything, because if I put the engine out now, it will be the last time. So we are getting close. So I'm going to build everything in the engine bay to make sure everything fits in there. Also have to paint small pieces like this, the strut bar and that sort of stuff. So we're really getting there. So also going to get the tires ordered for the wheels, so I can put it on the wheels, and get my steering angle. The steering angle, I don't know if in English is the right word, but steering angle stop. There's a stop on the front axle on both sides that will keep your steering angle in boundaries, so your wheels will not hit inside the fender or anything else. So I have to check that if I've got the wheels and that sort of stuff. Put it on the wheels, look for the right height. I can put the fenders back on, and yeah, if I got it, then I pull the engine out for the last time. Then I can get everything sorted for the transmission. I got to check some leakages on the transmission. It's all has to do with seals, and check the valve body if it's clean inside. So I think I will open it and clean it out. The transmission I have has only done 70,000 kilometers or something, 65,000 kilometers or something. So it's pretty low. The oil is also pretty clean, but yeah, just to check it to make sure. So also the engine needs to have, the top half of the engine needs to have new gaskets. So all the covers, also the distribution cover on the front, will be removed to put new gaskets in it. It was just sweating, the complete engine. And they have, these engines all have that a little bit. I think it's because they are not driven completely the year around. Not all of them are driven. So then you get hardened out gaskets and leaks. So that will be a very cool video, I think, for a lot of guys. I think it's this is a very nice engine to see from the inside, or the top half of the engine inside. It's just very nice to see 48 valve lifters. So that's pretty cool. So for this video, thanks for watching. If you're not already subscribed to the channel for this V12 project, in the right corner for you is my logo. You can click on it to go to my main page and subscribe. Put the bell on for the next video, and see you for the next time. And also watch my website, gamespeedshop.com. So thanks for the support. Put a thumbs up. See you for the next one. Bye bye.